For the entirety of this year, I've attempted to separate myself from him and not talk about him at all, and not talk about this issue and just not make it a public thing. When I got a phone call from the San Diego police and they were talking to me and they basically said, hey, we can't really do anything right now because...
This Twitch streamer named Emiru made allegations that another Twitch streamer, Mizkif, verbally abused her, and Twitch has still not responded to it. Now people are saying, if Twitch doesn't ban Mizkif for this, then that means Twitch allows assaulters to roam freely on their platform. It actually looks pretty shady, especially since a lot of creators are now exposing the Twitch platform as trash.
Should I just record something about this situation live and then we just upload it onto YouTube? Because I feel like we got to get the word out about this. This is bad.
So what's actually going on in the streaming community? And what's the truth behind these assault allegations against Mizkif made by female IRL streamer Emiru? I'll give you a detailed breakdown in this video, and you'll also see some shocking things here. Let's keep watching. Mizkif, whose real name is Matthew Renato, is one of the well-known Twitch streamers who built his fame through IRL content, gaming streams, and his involvement in the streaming organization OTK, One True King. He's been a big personality in the Twitch community for years, known for his humor and collaborations with other creators. But Mizkif is also being called Johnny Somali 2.0 after he went to Japan and disrespected the people there recently, so the allegations against him are not really shocking. On the other hand, Emiru is also a popular Twitch streamer and cosplayer, famous for her gaming streams and creative cosplay content. She joined OTK a while back and often appeared in Mizkif's stream. They were close friends and collaborators for a long time, which made fans think they had a strong bond both on and off stream. But recently, everything took a dark turn when Emiru made allegations claiming that Mizkif was verbally abusive toward her. According to her, there were moments of manipulation and disrespect behind the scenes that made her feel emotionally hurt.
Today, I'm finally going to be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Mizkif has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing. For the entirety of this year, I've attempted to separate myself from him and not talk about him at all, and not talk about this issue and just not make it a public thing. I always tried my best to keep this to myself, but like I said, I feel like it's gone to the point, which I'll explain later, that I feel like it just has to be done. And I have always believed in not condemning people or starting drama online.
What's more shocking is that Twitch has reportedly taken no visible action so far, even after these claims surfaced. This has caused a massive uproar in the streaming community. Many viewers and creators are now demanding Twitch take responsibility, saying if they don't ban Mizkif, it shows the platform protects creators accused of abusive behavior. So why would Twitch ban this kind of abuser? Because they're called big names. If they're gone, Twitch will lose money, and that's something the platform clearly doesn't want. Now you might say I'm spreading hate against Twitch, but don't just take my words for it. Let's hear from creator Asmongold and see how he reacted when Twitch unbanned an assaulter in just one day.
Look at this. Can you fucking believe this shit? Oh my god. So this girl that goes around and this girl gets unbanned after one singular day. This is insane. Twitch is actually cooked.
So now everyone knows how shady the streaming platforms have become. And honestly, why wouldn't the streamers turn shady too? The very source of their income has become reckless, toxic, and even encourages borderline criminal behavior. Another clip is also going viral online where Emiru claims that Twitch itself treated her unfairly and lied about the situation.
I was going over the tweet that Twitch initially put out where they're like, oh yeah, this thing happened to a high-profile creator. Police were on site, we're cooperating with law enforcement investigations. What I was wrong about was, they were not cooperating with law enforcement investigations. I found that out on Monday when I got a phone call from the San Diego police, and they were talking to me, and they basically said, hey, we can't really do anything right now because they apparently know the name of the guy, but they're not giving it to us until a warrant goes through.
Can you just imagine what's going on? It seems like Twitch might even be influencing things to avoid a police investigation, because if that happens, even more shady stuff from Twitch could be exposed. That's probably why Twitch is now acting this way. It's reckless, possibly criminal, and definitely not something that should be ignored. People really need to be concerned about this. On the other hand, Mizkif is denying the allegations. Instead, he's trying to counterattack, which makes it seem like he might be getting protection from Twitch.
Emiru has a lot of rabbits. It was her calling when she first moved in. These were a big part of her life.
But on social media, there are tons of videos and evidence showing how Mizkif acted recklessly with Emiru, and in many other situations.
You puke a lot, you cry a lot, your stomach hurts all the time, you don't work at all, you don't do anything, you're lazy as hell, you're pretty much an abomination, you're weak, you're pathetic. I think he's got everything.
So now, even big creators are calling out Mizkif. Aiden Ross has also talked about the situation, even comparing Mizkif to Hassan, and openly cursed both of them for their shady activities.
And also, I want to say one thing. For Mizkif and fucking Hassan, for all you guys saying my audience is too young to vote, listen, bro, my audience is young, yes. But a lot of these people could vote my chat. And Mizkif, you act like your audience is not full of a bunch of fucking weirdos too. Didn't you get caught doing some crazy shit, bro? Hassan, I literally can't wait for your shit to leak. I just know you're a weirdo. Everyone's gonna come back to this clip. It happened to Dr. Disrespect. It happened to Mizkif. It happens to all of these guys, bro. All y'all are fucking weird as fuck.
Not only that, even creator Asmongold has expressed concern about this issue. He said that a lot of things are still being hidden about what Mizkif did, and now more victims are starting to come forward against him. This raises a serious question. Is Twitch protecting Mizkif? Because it's starting to look like one of the biggest conspiracies still unfolding on the platform.
Ever since this happened, there have been 2 additional people that have alleged that he assaulted them within less than 24 hours of this stuff coming out. And not a single person that is in the space that knew him is really defending him. He hasn't been in OTK for a long time. And I will say too, I know people get mad at me for this. There are other stories of things that will be points on the same graph making the same line. I said it last time, people got mad. They said I was vague posting.
So actually, if there really are serious criminal activities committed by Mizkif, then Emiru might never get justice. I'm not the one saying this. It's something Emiru herself has hinted at, based on how Twitch is treating her and how Mizkif is trying to manipulate the situation. It honestly seems like everyone involved is part of a bigger conspiracy, and maybe the real culprits are trying to hide the entire truth from the public.
And they're like, yeah, they're refusing to give us the name, which, as far as I'm aware, is like a very common company thing, where they'll be, you know, they don't want to give out names of potential people involved in crimes, because then, like, that person could maybe, like, sue them for giving their name to police. I don't know, something like that. That's what my lawyer said. But basically, they were, Twitch was trying to make sure that the guy that assaulted me didn't sue them, which meant that the police were not able to work on the case right away. So, yeah, I got a call about that on, I believe it was Monday, from the San Diego police. They were like, yeah, we're working on the warrant, but, like, right now, that's, like, all we can really do, but, like, we're trying our best. Just, like, want to let you know, we're gonna keep you in the loop and everything. Like, okay. I was very frustrated, because I was like, damn, like, I didn't know that on Saturday. I would have said that if I knew.
So why hasn't the police taken action yet? Is there really any justice left in the country? Because if the police are saying they're not able to investigate, then just imagine what that means. If this kind of thing is happening under the influence of big streaming platforms and the big names of the streaming community, then it's not just one criminal activity. There are many happening every day behind the scenes, all being covered up by them. And still, they're trying to hide the truth that Emiru has brought to light. So guys, what do you think about this whole situation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.